there, I remember us talking, and I was like, "Yo, I can't do anything like this again. Like when we get out of here, we really got to, be smarter about what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Word.
And really, that's where the lounge was born. You know, in jail, like in a conversation around like fuck all this stealing low shit and
Gotta make a change.
you know what I mean? Exactly. So it's good things and all things bad. This shit, it's really about how you look at it. And
So if
20,
you weren't
26
boosting,
years
this
later.
whole thing might not have
Exactly.
happened.
So that's why I'm here.
You can't even say it was fully negative because
No, well,
a couple of sweaters and getting caught might have sparked me inspiration to
yeah,
create this.
but honestly, that's my story. Not everybody else's story end like that.
Oh,
A lot of
facts.
niggas get caught up in shit that won't be here to tell these stories. So shout out to me for looking
Or
the
they
right
create
way.
other plans,
But
different type of plans.
yeah, anything is possible. Like, come on, like
Right.
so it is a negative. Like, really, that was my major. Shouts to all of y'all for keeping this shit alive. But that's what my major departure was of being with all the low shit.
Low is so
You know what I'm
big,
saying?
yo.
'Cause
Low is so big, yo.
Man,
Low is
stories.
so big. That's what I try to tell people all the time. It was more like, yo, son, it was almost everybody in New York knew about Low. At one, you know what I mean? Now, you might not have been a low life,
Right.
but you got a couple, I got, some, couple of jackets or whatever, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Son, Low was out there.
You knew what that was when you saw somebody coming down the street with
Word.
that bright yellow fucking pullover cookie fucking.
That was the thing,
cookie hoodie.
the colorway.
Exactly.
Them vibrant colors, son.
Exactly.
That
Don't
yellow,
understand
that
that.
red, and
Right.
that blue,
Right.
and that green.
And at a
That
point,
was it.
where motherfuckers was getting jacked at every
Oh,
minute,
yeah.
you were basically a walking target. Like you were putting yourself out there as a target. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, we created something incredible from there. And then, when we got out of that situation, I didn't learn my lesson. Actually, I went on another run with this man. Right? I went on another run. I did my 2 weeks, came home, and had forgot that I committed to this Reading run. So took another trip the next day and got bagged again. And that really did it. That's really made me
You
super
was 0 for 2
laser
that
focused.
week, right?
Bro, I got laser focused after I sold all my low shit. I gave my shit away. I didn't want to have nothing to do with that shit. And then I was off the block from that. But that gave me super focus around the lounge.
But look at how deep in the streets of Low is, right? Look how deep in the streets it is.
Yes, it is.
Deep in the streets.
If you don't learn
Life
your lesson,
changing, look.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. It wasn't just about waiting for the new fake shit or real shit, whatever y'all call it, whatever age you are, to come back out so you could go buy it. You know what I'm saying? It was risking your life to look fly because if I couldn't afford to drive the latest whip, at least I could look like the flyest nigga on the block. So you understand that I'm for real. It's like what you were talking about. Like if you're not wearing the clothing, how can I believe you? Like you could do as much dancing as you want, rapping as you want, tech as you want, but if you don't dress the part, how can I believe you?
First of all,
Like that's what we're really talking about.
You from Brooklyn, so
Yeah.
we automatically this is regular for us.
Yeah, it
You
is.
don't understand. If
Yeah.
people, like getting fresh is just regular. This is normal. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's mandatory.
But look, I
Even if you
live-
don't got nothing in your pocket, you gotta look like you got something. At least I look
All
presentable.
day, all
Please
day,
do.
all day.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
you want
Gotta
one of
be
these
presentable.
ladies to look at you, you want somebody to take you serious. But I've
Word.
lived, in a lot of other places, and it's, thank God we got a word for it, or people call it swag or whatever, several names of it now. But before, it wasn't explained that way. And the places I've lived, they just don't have the same level of appreciation for it. I ain't gonna call out all the cities, but it's no place like home when it comes to appreciating what a motherfucker look like.
Yo, appreciate all the shorties that be appreciating niggas fresh.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Because back in the days, that's what it was all about. You know when niggas go to Dapper Dan's and all of that and go boosting and try to get they fresh for Empire roller skating rink or whatever the fuck, or where we was at, even if at the movies, nigga,
Hanging on
to
the
get
block.
just to every Friday you want to be that fresh. Every
Right.
Monday, yo,
peace.
7 days a week,
ITs.
niggas be keeping that fresh. You know,
ITs.
but it was for a reason. And if a queen ain't appreciate your fresh or appreciate what you was doing, what you doing it for, my nigga? You know, that's what it is.
And see, you know what made us fly was like we weren't just like mannequins though.
Facts.
Like now we in the circle doing dance moves. Like, you know, I always think about, you know, creating the jump rope shit, right? Being in Kilimanjaro, doing this jump rope dance and looking at Prince, like, yo, look at this shit. Look at this shit, right? I'm like 16.
Took that shit international,
bro.
Hey, Ant, did y'all do the basketball dance too that he be doing?
Yeah. That's Prince shit. That's Prince shit. But yeah, hell yeah.
He love doing that basketball dance.
I love the basketball dance, but it's all like a, cause I've seen dancing into physical fit. You know what I'm saying? So and
dope, man.
and always been on some flexible thing. When it came to dancing,
Tricks galore.
Tricks galore.
Tricks galore, the entrepreneur.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? So he used to do this thing where he used to hold his hands and just put his foot, like his feet, you know what I'm saying? Like jump rope over his.
Oh, he just
did it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Still got that shit.
I could never
You
do
see?
that.
He still got it. You know what I mean?
Ever.
We had to be
I
different.
think I just pulled a muscle watching that.
That shit looks crazy.
You see?
Don't try that
He
at
There was
home.
no
Right.
warm up. That was impromptu.
No
This is
warm
what
up.
I'm saying.
Right.
He always been a limber dude.
45 lives.
And
God bless. That's incredible.
like he been a vegan
Oh,
from
yeah.
day one.
Vegetarian.
Yo,
Yeah,
salute.
man.
That's
Salute.
good, yo.
Shout out to Mama Z.
Yes.
You know, my mom's
Mama
one of
Z.
the you know, God bless her, one of
Raised
the biggest
us.
dreads
Raised us.
around New York.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank God this shit legal now. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
she sold trees for 30+ years throughout Brooklyn.
Yes.
You know,
Love that
and
woman.
you know, I was raised like that. I was raised with it being real comfortable in the home. So I was vegan from 8 years old to 30.
Lucky you.
Right. Exactly.
30. Yeah, lucky me, kinda, right? So
Right.
when everybody went to McDonald's, like, niggas was cracking on me because I was just getting,
Man,
but when you young, you know, you just want to fit in.
Wait, so you ain't had that happy
You just
meal
want to fit
experience,
in.
huh?
No, I ain't get that Happy Meal shit. I didn't, you know,
Man,
school
you missed it.
lunch.
But
You
you gonna
missed
live
out.
longer than all
Niggas-
them motherfuckers though.
Yeah. I'm healthier. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm healthier, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I was on that vegan shit when tofu wasn't, you know,
Yeah,
individually
but tofu's
packaged.
no good for you either though.
This is true, but back then,
Back
you
then,
know, that was the
Man,
best.
Big
The
Red
It was
best
still
we
better
had.
than all the other shit people was eating in the 90s. Like,
Look, it was in a white bucket at the Korean grocery store.
Yeah.
All the veggie spot next to the pig foot and all that business. Yo, but look, man, like, you know, like I said, we're gonna tell a lot of the lounge stories when I come back with D. But
No doubt.
one thing that's official is, you know, fucking with Prance. You know, me and him, especially with Jiggy. So I went to school with Julia Richmond.
No
You're
doubt.
talking about, you know, Jim Jones and Big L, Mos Def. Like, you know, this was my graduating class back then, right? So starting Lyricist Lounge at 91 at that point, it was easy to look around to all the people around me that were close by and tell them to come through, you know.
No
And
doubt.
so between that and Danny being out there, you know,
Because you was already in that environment already.
yeah, they were just friends of
Right,
mine.
right,
They were
right,
friends.
right.
It wasn't like, oh my God, Mos Def, oh my God, Big L. It's like, oh, you mean L to be in the lunchroom and, you know, rapping in the lunchroom, you know. So yeah, it was people that were close by, and it just really popped from there, you know.
Let me ask you a question. Going back to dancing.
Yes, sir.
What was your back then, like the early 90s, like 89, right? 88, 89, 90. What was your favorite club?
Powerhouse was one. The World was one.
Go into that, like
Red
go in,
Zone.
give these young kids like the experience of going to one of them clubs back then.
Okay,
How it
first of all, you know, it's 18 to party, 21 to drink, right? But you're not even 18 yet,
Right.
You're still 16, right?
Right.
And you really want to get in the club, so you go to a place called 42nd and you know 40 Dukes, right? 42nd Street. You get out there, it's all like 25-cent peep show shit and all this shit going on. You got no beeper, you got no cell phone. You out there on a wish. You see a nigga that seems like somebody that could hook you up with fake ID. You talk to him. He's like, yeah, sure. Give me $30. You give him $30. He walks through one door and out the next. You never see this nigga again. So you got to come back the next week with another $30 and not trust that nigga that you saw, but find a new nigga to trust. You find somebody you finally trust. You give them $30. They take a photo. You get fake ID. You now are 21 years old, but you really 16. How the fuck these security niggas, these bouncers, believe that a 14-year-old is 18 plus. I have no idea, but props to them.
No doubt.
We got in the club, and you know the experience was, again, we were the entertainers. Straight to the circle, fuck shit up. It's a fucking war if you're in my
Who was
circle.
the best DJ back
But
then?
that's the thing. At that time,
Louis
though.
Vega.
At that time, though, it was always appearance. If you could play the part,
You could get in, yeah.
you could get in.
Yeah, if you fly now.
So.
But once you get in, what's going on in there?
No. What I'm saying is, at these club joints, when everybody else rocking they Volkswagen things on their Zodiac shoes, and they rocking their jabots and they trench coats and they sports coats and they on their club shit, it was like you played the part, you could get in.
Out, yeah.
Cause they know that
you're supposed to be in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You blend right in.
Exactly.
You're
So it wasn't an age thing.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
know
That's the look.
you there to
Part.
and, yo, appearance, that's the thing people don't understand.
Yeah.
For you to get anywhere in this shit, it's like appearance play a key. They play a major key. You know what I'm saying? On how people address you and how they, because they like, yo, he spent money on that. I wanted that piece.
You know,
and he got it. So, you know what I'm saying?
Dress how you want to be addressed. You know what I mean?
You know, and that's a good point too. I think a lot of times when people think of low lights, y'all see one picture, right? It's like you see a nigga with all the ski shit on, or you see a nigga with all the sweaters on, or whatever. But what I appreciated was having a simple button down. You know what I'm saying? And being able to rock that shit preppy style with a cool fucking sweat over your shoulders and go into an interview, right? Like we were at a time where we were not supposed to have access to this clothing, right? So for motherfuckers who were trying to move up in the game, right? Like I'm over here trying to rent nightclubs now and be more official. Like that gave me the clothing to look that way. You know what I'm saying? Or at least feel that way, feel more confident. Like,
Put
you
you
know,
in that world.
yeah, put me in that mind state, you know what I mean? Where I feel good going out, you know? Even if it was just the low socks on, you know what I'm saying? I felt classy on my feet. Like, you know, I think all of that shit is important. And, you know, I think as you guys move on, you know, and you talk about it, I think the culture is what's awesome, you know, that you keep alive. You know, having Beck in here, fucking with everybody else that, you know, all the people that are listening, all the younger heads.
Right.
Like, this low life shit is not just about collections. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is about mind state. This shit has always been on some Robin Hood shit. Like, if you're not doing nothing for the hood with all this information you gather, like, you may start on some low shit, but it may lead you in a whole different direction around what you want to do. Okay, bring that shit back to the streets. Like, that's what all this shit is about, you know? So you speak to any of the low life kings right now, they still giving something. They still doing something. Heard everything that Beck was just saying, like, you know, it was really about being a platform. He's like, yo, you know, I may not make it now, but my influence, you know what I'm saying, made it. You know what I mean?
That's understanding right there.
Yeah, it's the culture.
Got understanding.
Yep. Just don't be out here on some dumb shit. Just, you know, because I could give a fuck about Ralph Lauren. Like, I love the clothing.
Right.
But for what that nigga really stung, until he calls my nigga Prance directly, I don't give a fuck about him.
Sure did.
We always gave a fuck about what we turned this shit into, not just about making him rich, you know. So I appreciate Thirst out there doing the low museum, you know what I'm saying, all the low life shit he's doing in Miami.
No doubt.
You know, just shouts to Rack, just shouts to everybody that's still keeping it alive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, friends of the podcast, but like, you know, y'all make sure y'all not just spending that. You know, you ready to take the culture in the right direction. You know, low life is a brand, man. That shit is supposed to mean something, and it should make something. You know, for everybody involved. Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this. Back to
Well,
Lyricist.
if you guys just let go of the mics.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. It's just some
Back to
No,
Lyricist.
I know it's the instinct of that.
The Lyricist Lounge. So who came up through the Lyricist Lounge that made it, you know, big or whatever?
Big.
You know what I'm saying?
Big
Like,
comment,
let them know. You know what I mean? Who came through
you know,
that?
Literally.
Tom
Big.
Eminem,
Right.
you know.
So it was very influential.
Yeah.
Of course.
Did you really ask him that question?
Yeah.
No,
but
but
it's
there's people
good
that don't know that.
People don't know this.
I
shit.
love it.
You understand? What do you don't hear people talking about lyrics?
Other than
I
Big
didn't know
Retro, his
him.
name is Journalist Low.
I didn't know him,
So he's
but I
really
knew-
hitting him the hard
Oh,
hitting
dude,
questions.
There's
So.
people
Oh,
that
you
don't
getting
know that.
questions right now?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
we,
this
we,
guy.
we
People that don't know.
call him
but
Journalist
I-
Low.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what I'm
here
saying?
for
So
it.
this is bridging the gap, letting them know.
So now, Salon, let me
So
continue.
now when they hear it, now they know what. Well, oh, Lyricist Lounge. Okay, that's what they.
I
Look.
got you. Recap.
So like I said,
Get
you
the
know,
names, yo.
we
Like,
did the launch event for Bad Boy in '93. This is before Puff took the money from Arista. This is before Big dropped the record. This is really when he just had the Party and Bullshit record.
That was my shit.
Yeah,
yo.
mine too.
That
That's
was
why
my
we got him. We
shit.
were like,
He
hell
did
yeah.
that at Greek Fest. What 94
Right, '94.
or 93?
Yeah.
Him, Wu-Tang was there at that Greek Fest.
yeah.
I didn't make it though, but I got all the
Those were
reports.
good years. Those were good years. But we were here in New York. We did that shit at what's it called LPR now. Before it was the Village Gate.
No doubt.
And so we did launch party for him. We did the launch party for the Roots. You know, their album release
Said
party.
mad shit at
We just,
Village
you know,
Gate.
at
yeah,
Tramps.
yeah. Shout out.
Just so many different clubs throughout New York.
But
City.
hold on. I ain't mean to
Talk
hold
to
you.
him.
But yo, it started in Delancey, Lower East Side, on a couch
Yep.
in a small fucking
studio.
room. Small room.
Delancey and where?
Orchard Street.
Yo,
Orchard and Delancey.
to seeing this shit MTV on TV,
Yeah. Big leaps.
TV
Even
show.
back then, it was like people
Where you
coming
get-
through.
Yo.
We did a lot.
And see, yo, me and this dude broke bread mad years. And
right.
to see where he took him and my bro, Danny Castro, D-Cast, yo, that's
Yeah,
my
it's crazy,
dudes.
bro.
Bona fides, man.
It's crazy. But
Yeah, I'm proud of y'all
Thank you.
dudes and I'm glad that you took time to just chill.
Yeah.
Yo, son, you've been
Shout outs to
around the
my
world,
kids.
literally.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
6 times
Africa
to
and
Africa
all
this
of that.
year in 6 months. Going back there next week. Actually, this week, Wednesday.
You see what I'm saying? For you to
yeah.
take time and want to be here with us,
Yep. Come on, Prez.
yo, son, you already know.
Yeah, come on, Prez.
So what? Let's jump into that really
Yeah.
quickly. Like, what has spawned those trips for you? Where are you going? What are you doing there?
Sure. I'm going to a place called Burkina Faso. It's in West Africa, right next to Ghana and Nigeria. I've been working with Planned Parenthood Global, creating kind of a youth brand for them. And I know there's a bunch of talk with Planned Parenthood in a number of different ways. I'm here for it. Y'all niggas hit me up. We can have talks. But ultimately, what we're doing is creating a brand to really, uplift people. Like we're talking about sexual related health information, use a condom, protect yourself, get tested. But what we're really doing is, financial literacy. We're doing training and production, technology, editorial, design. We just hired 150 young people in West Africa right now. We're on salary every week, every month for the next 6 months. There's talks of going to 4 more countries next year. And, I think the difference is, and this goes way back to what we're talking about, like, it's all about how you do it. It's all about how you look. Like, what we're doing is different because it's us doing it. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole crew of young, cool-ass people who understand what other young, cool-ass people want. You know what I mean? And that's what they're not used to. So, like, again, whoever's listening, like, whatever your hustle is, you can love hip-hop as much as you want, but you can always take these things in different directions. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's healthcare or whatever, it ain't
Hip-hop
going.
is just the way in. It's the way.
It's the language.
And then once you get in,
It may not be always the way in.
hip hop
because
is all over the world right now. It's everything. It's
But
everything.
Hip hop
So it could-
made. Sorry, finish.
No, I'm saying once you use that as a platform
Yeah.
to do other things like what you're doing,
Yes.
as opposed to just getting your money and stacking your bread and buying cars or whatever. That's all cool, but like you just said, the stuff you're doing is.
I mean, pay attention to Akon.
It's blessings, B.
Pay attention
Nah,
to
see,
Akon.
he's not getting enough attention though.
He don't need to.
That's why I have problems with that. He does, though.
He doesn't, bro. He
Because the
doesn't.
good he's doing outweighs that tenfold.
It's all about who he's getting the attention from. Like,
Is that on
peep game
Instagram?
real quick, cause for the type of stuff he's doing, if he gets too much attention, he won't be here too long.
I understand.
He
that.
actually needs to be a little more. He
Yeah,
needs
low.
to stay low key.
Alright, I give you that.
This
I
nigga's
give
doing
you
deals
that.
with China. He's in the energy business, like throughout Africa, like.
But he needs to be an inspiration, B.
Yeah.
You understand? He needs
Yeah.
to be that inspiration that people
This
can
is
see
true.
that and be like, yo.
So does Michael Jordan. That nigga need to be saying a lot of shit too. There's a ton of niggas that should be getting more exposure and saying more shit.
Talk
But
about
who
it.
gets more exposure, Jordan or Akon? Who's doing?
But Jordan's not getting the exposure for the philanthropic things he's doing on the side, because he is doing stuff.
I don't
and
hear
he's-
shit
compared to what
He's
Akon is
giving
doing.
money, he's done.
He probably. I would just love to hear him more
Yeah.
for all
He's
the
not-
Right,
shit that's
right.
But
going
my
on
point
with
is,
Jordan.
Akon is doing something.
Yes.
And someone,
Yes.
I forgot who we were speaking with. I think it was well, it might have been April Walker actually who brought it up. When we were talking about Jordan and LeBron,
And the difference between them.
just about how,
I think it was April. Yeah.
yeah, it was about how Jordan came at a time of unity and
Friend of the
prosperity.
You already.
Friend of the podcast. I think episode 2 or 3, but
Early.
episode 2.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fact check, John. But how Jordan came about during this time of unity and prosperity just across the country during the 90s,
Yeah, things were
where
better,
economic flourishment and
Yeah.
everything, and how he was sort of a point of a public figure of a unifying force across all demographics, right?
Right.
So he did serve that purpose in that way, whereas he didn't have to be politically outspoken the way LeBron is. So initially my mindset
Right,
was
back then.
like the criticism like I had of Jordan was that he's not being outspoken now, but I guess he has never been in that position personally, right? Where he could do that, but he never has done that. And he said, like some comments like, Republicans buy sneakers too and shit like that, but
He's always in the middle. A lot of people think he's too in the middle.
he comes from that place of unity,
Too in the
but
middle.
we're in such a
That's business.
divided state.
I think he
it's sort
plays
of
it
a
safe,
different
bro.
climate. Yeah.
He got
I've
for
heard
business
some
purposes.
stories.
That's what it is.
I've heard the nigga's a dirtbag.
Oh, he doesn't tip. I know that.
I judge a man by how he treats his women.
Mm.
I judge a man.
That's a
that
jewel
way.
right there. That's a jewel.
Straight
That
up,
was a bracelet.
straight
That
up,
was a big
because
bracelet.
it's real talk, and
That was a bracelet.
I've just heard some dirty ass shit, and I haven't seen anything different. But this podcast ain't about him. I think y'all should do a Jordan episode if y'all haven't done one already. Y'all should definitely do one because been there, rock that them shoes, and anyway. But yeah, man. I do want to leave another jewel. Shouts to y'all for going in all night. This has been a marathon. This is the third of 3 incredible podcasts that's been going on
Came
here
at the
tonight.
end,
Let me tell you, even though these niggas changed clothes, it's been the same night.
Oh, don't get the sauce.
Put everything on blast. I've sat through it all.
Let me
Switch it up, man.
Appreciate you, man.
But listen, this thing about international, like this global shit, as I prepare to go out to Cape Town and Johannesburg this week, there is a lot popping. People are listening to y'all globally. Y'all already know that. It's not just about Asia, Africa. When it comes to the data, in the next 2 to 3 years, including with what Akon is doing with bringing electricity to all these different areas, the data that Africa, the continent, is about to receive is going to explode the continent when it comes to them wanting access to content. And when you think about the type of content they want, they do not want general population American white content. They want black content. That's what they want. So y'all get ready. Everybody listen. When I talk about black content, it's urban content in general. When the continent really turns over, we're all gonna have access to a lot more cash, to a lot more money, and
You
just
think they're gonna let it happen though?
Who's
fully?
they? Who's they?
You know.
Who's they?
Who's they?
Give me a clear question. I get a clear
Tell
answer.
them who's they, Big Retro.
Who's they?
The
How's
U.S.
that
government.
be?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, how can they stop it? How can they stop globalization, bro? Like, they can't.
They can't stop that.
They can't stop globalization.
Okay, all right.
They can try. They want to make money too. We're their biggest export, urban content. So, you know, what they're gonna try to do is get in the middle of us in the continent. You know, I don't know if you missed some of what I was just saying just now, but
It's all good.
I'm just talking about this globalization and how Africa's about to open up with data. So they want the content and they want it from us, right? So we need to prepare for that. In terms of they're gonna get in the middle of the talent and the deal makers.